Hi, I'm Bernie Flynn. At New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Company, we believe that all citizens need to be informed about the important issues that affect their daily lives. That's why we're proud to support programming produced by CAUCUS Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Investors Bank, New Jersey Resources, Sovereign Health System, a fully integrated multi-specialty community healthcare system, Oscar Health Insurance, NJM, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and more, with a focus on safety and financial stability. ADP, a comprehensive provider of human resources technology and services. And by the FIDELCO Group. Promotional support provided by NJ.com. Small news, big news, true Jersey. And by Commerce Magazine.
This is One-on-One. I'm an equal American just like you are.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Look at this.
You
got this?
Here it is, man. Look at that.
Life without dance is boring.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
Do you enjoy talking politics?
No. People call me because they feel nobody's paying attention.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
Such a good question. High five.
Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. It's been a couple of years since we've had him, but he's back. Dr. Eugene Cornacchia, President, St. Peter's University. Good to see you.
Good to be back.
Now, what is this I read about? Money Magazine said, what about St. Peter's?
Really exciting, Steve. They named us fifth in the nation in colleges that add the most value. And that's based on predicted graduation rates, money earned after graduation, and net tuition cost.
Describe, for those who do not know St. Peter's, what it is all about.
St. Peter's is New Jersey's only Jesuit institution of higher education. It is a liberal arts-based institution with a full range, however, of programs, both undergraduate and graduate programs and pre-professional programs. We're based in Jersey City, New Jersey. We have another campus in Englewood Cliffs. And it's in perhaps one of the most dynamic, exciting areas of New Jersey.
Yeah, we'll talk about Jersey City in a second, but the Jesuit piece. Our oldest son's a graduate of Fordham, the other Jesuit.
As indeed am I.
See?
See?
Exactly. For those who don't know the Jesuit piece, describe it.
Sure. Well, the Jesuit method of education is, of course, focused very much on individual development. And so small class sizes, values-oriented, lots of philosophy, lots of theology, teaching students to think for themselves, and lots of liberal arts courses. So they want them to be well-rounded.
Talk about the Jersey City piece.
Sure.
We've been thinking a lot about Jersey City. We're doing a whole series on what's happening in Jersey City. Mayor Steve Phillip, keeps telling us there's a lot going on there. He was having an argument with the mayor of Newark, Ras Baraka. I think it was a friendly argument that Jersey City is going to be the biggest, most populated city in the state of New Jersey soon. The connection between St. Peter's and Jersey City.
We're like this. In fact, Mayor Phillip is a great ally of the university in our growth and development plans. But I think what's really important is that Jersey City is a growing city, known for a range of businesses moving into the city, but particularly the financial sector.
Why?
Because it's right across from Manhattan. It's lower
cost. The Wall Street piece?
Yeah, Wall Street, yeah. So, for us, everywhere we look around the university now, there's development booming everywhere, from Journal Square, soon to be our own McGinley Square, but even all around on Bergen Avenue surrounding us. It's just, there isn't a square inch that isn't being built on.
And Gene, the business school, that part of it for you?
Sure.
Connection?
Yeah, we built a new state-of-the-art business facility, which includes a trading room floor, simulated trading room floor, Bloomberg terminals. So when our students graduate, they're going to have all the business intelligence tools they need to walk right into those companies, either downtown Jersey City or in Manhattan, and take jobs on Wall Street. So,
location matters a lot.
It does.
And the students that you are attracting, describe them.
Well, we are attracting a very diverse student population, which is something we pride ourselves on. St. Peter's has always had a history of serving first-generation students. But those first-generation students today are different than they were in the past. They're not from Western Europe for the most part. They come from South America, Latin America, Africa, Asia, all around the world today. And so we are preparing the next generation of leaders who will actually look like the society in which they live.
You know, when you talk about the Jesuit piece, you talk about service to the community. The campus kitchen.
Oh, what an awesome project, and started by students, run by students. So the Campus Kitchen program is run out of Campus Ministries. And what they do is they capture food that's not going to be served from restaurants or cafeterias. They repackage them, and they've all been trained in food handling safety and all that. And then they deliver those meals, 10,000 in their first year last year, to hungry people throughout Jersey City and Hudson County.
Who are the young people who sign up to be a part of it? How do you get them?
They volunteer. The notices go up and students sign up, and it's amazing. I was sharing earlier today a story. Students go out 12, 1 o'clock in the morning to Journal Square and serve hot meals to homeless people out there.
What does it tell you, Gene? You and I have been talking about leadership and talking about service for a long time.
Yeah.
What does it tell you about these younger people, these so-called millennials, who a lot of folks think they only care about their iPhone technology, not connected to the world, and don't care? What does it tell you?
We hear a lot about that. It's not what our students are about. Our students care about others, each other, but also the larger community. And I think that's the uniqueness of a Jesuit community. That's what's encouraged. That's what we try to inculcate in our students. You've got to give back. And that's who they are. They're great people.
But the other part of that fascinates me is you talk about the role of higher education, the role of a university or college, the liberal arts piece. Yeah. But also at the same time, isn't it fair to say that you're trying to prepare young people for a career? How do you balance the challenge of trying to get students to think for themselves, to appreciate the great works of literature, to be thinkers, to be analytical? But at the same time, you're preparing them for very practical careers.
Sure. Well, the foundation that they get in the liberal arts, whether it's art history, or whether it's classical languages, philosophy, all of that creates the foundation that sharpens the way people think, that forces them to see things in a different way, so that when they go out into the real world, in the business environment, for example, no matter who they meet, they can connect to those people. They learn cultural competency as a result of that as well.
These are skills
These
in
are
the
skills
workplace?
that you need in the workplace. If you're going to be an effective business manager, you have to be able to work in teams, but you also have to be able to lead teams, and therefore you have to know, all about the different cultures and behaviors.
Which leads to this question. You and I have also talked. I'm actually going to go up and speak at the Guarini Institute. I'm going to ask you about leadership in a second, but real quick, tell everyone what the Guarini Institute is, named after the great
Congressman Frank J. Guarini, nonpartisan institute dedicated to exposing young people and the larger community to public policy issues. And so we bring in some great people to stimulate conversation, like yourself and others.
Yeah, full disclosure, but I also want to clarify, I'm not being paid for that. Did you know that?
You're not being paid for that, right?
Yeah,
you don't pay.
You told them, make sure you don't pay out of bottle. I just want to clarify that. The other thing is this. Since you talked about leadership, I have to do this. As a president, right, university, someone in higher ed, number one leadership challenge you continue to face is? Don't say raising money, because that's mine too, so go ahead.
Well, that is, but I think the number one leadership challenge today is really dealing with the public's perception of higher education, and that we're not a good value. It's not worth it.
It's not a
worth
good deal?
the investment. Not a good deal. That's really tough to change people's attitudes, because it's been driven home in their minds by the media and by others, particularly elected officials. And it's very hard to counter that argument.
Have my kid go out there and make money right away.
They want
don't buy it.
instant gratification.
It's not true.
Yeah.
Long term, that's not true.
Yeah. Over their lifetime, it will make all the difference in the world to them to get a higher education degree.
Even bottom line.
No question.
Money-wise.
Bottom line. Bottom line, money. Money, but there's more to it than money.
But at the same time,
it's a life worth living.
That's why it's a Jesuit school.
Yep.
Thinking of the big picture. Dr. Eugene Cornacchia, President, St. Peter's University.
Thank you.
Gene, always good to see you, my friend. Stay
Good
right
to see you,
there.
too, Steve.
We'll be right back, right after this.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook. at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD, and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
Pleased to welcome Jason Gorevic, who is the CEO of an organization called Teledoc. Good to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks
What
for
is
having me
Teledoc?
on. Teledoc's a 24/7, 365 service that connects patients and physicians who are not in the same place. So we do that for almost over 12.5 million members. Last year we did almost 600,000 telehealth visits where somebody gets a connection with a physician either by video, over their mobile app, or through the telephone whenever they need it. We can diagnose and our physicians can treat them, provide them what they need just like they get any other service.
Jason, how do people sign up?
So mostly we sell to employers and health plans who provide this as a benefit for their constituents. It becomes part of the benefits package. And then the consumer goes on, they log on through their app, and within about 5 minutes, they've requested a visit from a board-certified physician. When they request to talk to the doctor, it usually takes them about 7 minutes. And 7 minutes later, they're talking to a board-certified physician who can take care of whatever their needs are.
The idea for this came from where?
So originally, it actually came from a physician who provided care for NASA astronauts.
Really?
Yeah, which, telemedicine has been around for generations, really. But we took it and we distilled it down to a service that's really scalable, provides a solution for consumers in need. It's harder and harder for people to get access to doctors these days, and it's more and more expensive. So we provide better care, more conveniently, more accessible for lower costs.
Where is it being provided? Play this out geographically, and also how many docs are we talking?
Yeah, all over the country. We operate in every state except Arkansas today.
I'm not even going to ask why not Arkansas.
It's not
I'm going to leave
going
Arkansas alone.
And we have about 1,000 doctors. We have almost 2,000 behavioral health professionals.
Well, play that out for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So behavioral health is another one of those areas. Terrible access to care problems. Really difficult for consumers to know who to go to, because each behavioral health professional has a different subspecialty. Some treat behavioral disorders, some eating disorders, some relationship issues, some substance abuse. So we provide a guide essentially for the consumer to get to the right provider the first time, and then they connect remotely. Because when somebody's feeling down, they're depressed, whatever it is, they're less likely to get up and go see their provider. We can connect them right from the comfort of their own living room.
Play this out a little bit. I mean, now you're really talking about an interesting situation. Someone needs to talk to someone. Play this out a little bit, Jason. How would they know who to call? And how would they navigate that system of behavioral specialists to know this is the right doc for me, the right specialist for me?
Yeah, so that's where Teledoc comes in. We act as a guide for them and help them connect with the right provider the first time. And then they create, in the case of behavioral health, a longitudinal relationship with that provider. They'll have a series of 6 or 8 visits on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, go through, we'll track their progress through that, so we're making sure that they're actually making clinical progress and their issue is being addressed. We do quality assurance. We have massive quality assurance. Last year we did over 60,000 chart reviews of our physicians to make sure that the care that's being delivered is of the top quality. And then the consumer really gets access to care when they need it, again, on a lower cost basis than they would get anywhere else.
Yeah, describe the cost.
Yeah, so for a physician visit, it's about $45 at the most. Now that may be subsidized by their plan or their employer, so it may be even as little as free for them. Generally, it's a copay in the neighborhood of $10 to $20 to see one of our physicians. And that physician can really take care of their needs. 92% of our members say, my Teledoc visit completely resolved my issue. I didn't need any follow-up care. I got better because of my Teledoc visit.
It's interesting because, in terms of marketing and branding and being out there, the folks at Oscar told us about you guys, but I'm curious, how do you even get out there in the marketplace?
Yeah, so we work with health plans frequently to provide care to their fully insured membership bases, or to...
So excuse me for interrupting, you make partnerships with them?
Yep, like for example with Oscar, right? We go to Oscar, we work with them, we're just embedded in their benefit package. So any consumer who buys an Oscar health plan automatically has access to Teledoc. And then we work with them to communicate to that membership so that they know about us, so that they, you know, because we're retraining people, right? We're sort of changing.
What do you mean retraining?
Well, we're changing those neural pathways. For a long time, for generations, people have said,
gotta see the doc.
Right, exactly. I'm sick, I've got to go to the doctor.
And how's the doctor going to help me over the phone?
Well, so we're retraining them, right? We're explaining to them and making sure that they know there's a better way, right? There's a different way to get care that brings the care to you instead of you having to make a pilgrimage to the doctor.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate for a second. Is it fair to say, would you agree that there are certain situations where it is better to see the physician?
Absolutely,
Play this
100%.
out a little bit.
We can't do sutures, we can't set broken bones remotely, right? I mean, those are things that you really have to be in front of a doctor. And so about 6% of the time, our physicians say, you need to be seen in person. About 1%, they say, you need to go to the emergency room because this is something that needs to be seen immediately. And about 5% of the time we say, you know, I think you need to be seen in person, and it needs to be either in a doctor's office or in an urgent care center. It's beyond the scope of what we can do.
Or
for
maybe you
remotely.
need a test, whether it's a CT scan, MRI, who knows what it is.
Yep.
But that can't be done, I want to be clear, by Teledoc. You can't do...
Absolutely right. So we recognize that there are limitations to what you can do remotely, but the data shows that about 1/3 of the ambulatory care visits in the country could be handled remotely by telehealth.
1/3?
1/3. Over 400 million visits are appropriate, a year, are appropriate for telehealth.
How much are we talking about saving here?
There's the potential savings is billions. Last year alone, we saved our customers and the healthcare system almost $400 million.
$400 million?
Yeah. Now, it's a tremendous savings because people who go for a Teledoc visit don't have as many repeat visits. They get better the first time. It's a lower cost. There's less unnecessary testing, and the quality is incredibly high.
I want to be clear. Is it all over the phone? Is it some of it? Can I see, use the technology, FaceTime or whatever it is? Do we see what?
Yep.
What is it?
Yeah, so we provide the consumer with choice. We say whatever you want, whether you want to do a video visit through our app, whether you want to do a phone visit but upload pictures of the rash on your arm or the pink eye that you got from your kids, or if you want to do it by phone because you think you might have a sinus infection and there's no visualization that's really going to help that, we leave it up to the consumer unless it's clinically necessary, right? So we launched a dermatology program last year. Dermatology, obviously, we need to be able to visualize, right? So we say, you can do it, absolutely we can take care of you, but you have to either upload an image or you have to do a video visit so the physician can visualize what's going on.
Case by case, it's different.
Exactly.
How long has this organization been around?
Company's been around 2009? Since 2002. I joined the company as a CEO in 2009. Yep. And we've had great success. We've grown year over year, triple digits the last few years, 77% last year. We took the company public in July. So it's been a great run.
And it started with astronauts at NASA. Fascinating.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason Gorevic, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Teledoc. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.
We'll be right back with One-on-One right after this.
To see more One-on-One with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD, and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
We are pleased to welcome Sydney Davis, who is Executive Director, Girls on the Run of New Jersey East.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Those who do not know what Girls on the Run is, tell them.
Girls on the Run is a self-esteem meets fitness training program for girls in 3rd through 8th grade. So we get together and we have a lot of fun. We let them be themselves. And at the end of these 10 weeks where they're exploring who they are, we run a 5K together. And they get the idea that, wow, I can do something maybe I didn't know I could do.
How did it start?
It's powerful. It started in 1996 with Molly Barker in North Carolina, who had a vision where every girl could reach and find her limitless potential and create a world where girls are feeling empowered and strong. And Molly started this program that long ago. And in New Jersey, our chapter started 15 years ago.
You got involved?
I got involved.
Because?
Because I had 2 young daughters myself at that time, and I had been working in prevention and domestic violence for several years, and I wanted to be on the other end of things where we're doing something about raising the self-esteem in girls. I had a 2-year-old and a newborn daughter, and I saw this article and I said, this is everything I love to do. And then when I was a kid, I was the girl maybe not making the teams, and I thought I couldn't be an athlete.
That was you?
That was me, a long time ago.
You remember it?
And I do remember it, because if I didn't make the team, I thought I could not be athletic. And a lot has changed, luckily, for girls today, but I thought it would be really important to at least have a place my daughters could go and understand that being an athlete is a choice you make in your head and in your heart. And the rest is just working out the details and making a commitment.
Well, I told you that I got to know a little bit about your organization. I'll just tell folks this. One of the great parks up in northern New Jersey is a place called Brookdale Park, yes. One of the parks in the Essex County Park System, and one of our sons, Christopher, plays soccer on that field. And around Brookdale Park is this wonderful track. And we were there watching our son play, and our daughter Olivia was watching, who was 5, was watching these girls run around the track. And she said, who do you think those girls are? And I said, I don't know, but they look pretty organized. And they were your girls.
Yeah.
And that's how we found out about you and your organization. Who were the girls? How old are they again? And how do you recruit them?
Yeah, so there's 2 different programs. There's one curriculum for girls in grades 3 through 5 called Girls on the Run. And the program for 6th through 8th graders is the same themes, but a little more sophisticated for middle school girls called Heart and Soul, S-O-L-E, get it? Heart and Soul.
Yeah.
And they both meet for 10 weeks. We meet twice a week. And the lessons explore who am I, how to be a part of a team, giving back to the community is a big central theme in the last part of the program. And we get the girls to schools. We partner with schools, we partner with community organizations, and anyone can sign up who's in 3rd through 5th grade or 6th through 8th grade. We never want the fee to be a problem, so we have a big mission right now called Every Girl Can Run.
Every Girl Can Run.
And we're serving girls all over New Jersey, and we'll serve over 2,000 girls in Morris, Essex, Union, Burlington, and Mercer counties this year.
So you talk to me about body image. How soon are girls aware of not just their own body image, but how others see them in the context of their own bodies? All I'm saying is, obviously, for selfish reasons, with our own little girl, I'm just very aware of how aware she is, and I'm struck by it.
Yeah. We live in a culture that is very fixated on body image right now. And so growing up as a girl, they become, I would say, as young as your daughter's 5, as young as 5, they're starting to just notice how they look and compare themselves to others and compare themselves to girls they see on TV or girls they see in ads, and they start to kind of want to measure up in some way. And the beautiful thing about Girls on the Run is it taps into who they are and gives them the sense that through athletics they can do something that makes them feel strong, that makes them feel good about themselves. And then when they tap into that, in that context, it's a larger context for how they can tap into life and see themselves in the world.
Tie that to the whole concept and the problem of bullying, cyberbullying, and the way we want our kids to treat other kids. Is it part of what you do?
It is a big part of what we do. We actually have lessons that are focused on bullying, and we give girls strategies to respond to bullying, both when they see other kids being bullied or they're being bullied themselves. So we use phrases like, I feel, when you, because, I need you to. And it's really assertiveness training for girls that are out there having fun, learning these games and these skills, and then they can go into the classroom and try to apply the same things that they've been learning on the field at Girls on the Run.
What's it done for you, watching these girls?
It's transformative for anybody that comes in contact with our program to see girls in collaboration with each other, encouraging each other, cheering on each other as a part of a team, really, and having these coaches. We couldn't do it.
Sorry for interrupting. They're not competing against each other.
They're not competing with each other. It's do your best.
They're not gold medals.
Just keep moving. No.
It's not about gold medals.
Not about gold medals. Not about competition. Just try your best. And we encourage them, just keep moving. And they all cross this finish line.
All of them.
All of them. And they have a sense of, wow, they feel like a rock star. I mean, you know, I don't know about any finish lines that you've crossed. I didn't run a 5K until well into my 20s. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
It's a really big deal. So when you see these girls and you go to our event, you go to our 5K.
See some big smiles there.
And you see them a part of something that's bigger than themselves and accomplishing something that they weren't so sure they had the confidence to do. It's life-changing, truly. And so to be a part of it for me, I feel like I have the greatest job on the planet to motivate and inspire and empower girls. And I work with the greatest team on the planet because we're filled with volunteer coaches who go out on the fields every day.
And you have to raise money, too.
And we have to raise money. So sponsors, coaches, we couldn't do it without everyone. It's really a village.
Tell everyone again, the name of the organization is?
Girls on the Run NJ.
And folks can find out about the organization. The girls, again, are in third grade, because Olivia says she wants to join, but she's too young. She's 5.
Third grade.
Third grade.
Yeah.
And what's the other grade again?
8th grade. 3rd through 8th grade.
Sydney Davis, Executive Director. Oh, what is this again? Real quick, what is this?
So,
real quick, a few seconds left.
At the 5K, we would love for you to come and be a running buddy and wear the Girls on the Run cape.
I'm going to wear this cape. Got this, guys? See this? It says, Girls on the Run. I wear this cape?
Yeah, you do.
You serious?
Girls
I
on
can
the
do
Run
this?
is so much fun.
I'm in. I'm all in.
Yeah, okay.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the CAUCUS Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Investors Bank, New Jersey Resources, Sovereign Health System, Oscar Health Insurance, NJM, ADP, and by the FIDELCO Group. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
Hi, I'm Eric. You might see me as an ordinary person, but I've been living with a brain injury for nearly 2 years. One of my struggles is short-term memory loss. At Opportunity Project, I'm given hope and support, and I've gained my confidence back through the job placement program. Despite my challenges, I have a reason to keep improving. Today, even though life has changed me, I believe that anything is possible.
If you have a brain injury, you don't have to face your road to recovery alone.